I don't know what to say anymore. You know, when I talked about the Battle Royal in the video that I made about a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I talked about how predictable it was. I talked about how predictable it was and how the obvious winner was just too obvious. And the reason why I said that is because I wanted to let you all know to not get yourselves all set up if you were thinking of something massive. And the fact is that I had to sit through 3 hours of a really boring Monday Night Raw. Like, there were some good things on it, like Imperium breaking up, Judgment Day falling apart, Sheamus and Drew, they had a good face-to-face, and Sheamus had a banger with Shinsuke, a first time ever match between the two of them. So, all I'm saying is that Raw had some moments, had some decent moments, and I had to sit through 3 hours for this shitty, predictable, boring-ass main event that we all knew the outcome of. Now, I knew a lot of people wanted Liv Morgan to win, and I included. But the moment Becky Lynch had to make her comeback, and obviously, and here's another reason how I knew she was going to win. You know when you eliminate someone in a battle royal, and then the person you eliminate gets angry, they got eliminated, and then they attack the person they eliminate. Whenever that happens, you know the person that gets attacked is ultimately going to win the match. And that was the thing that I hated the absolute most about this Battle Royal. They wanted to make it so clear to us that Becky was going to win. They had Piper Niven and Nia Jax both take her out in the Battle Royal. And out of everybody to get thrown out first in the Battle Royal, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell were the first 2 people thrown out. But not Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green was right there. You could have easily had her get thrown out first. But no, let's bury Candice and Indy Hartwell some more by having them both get eliminated by Maxine. I was fine with Maxine eliminating Candice because Candice said all the things about her, but Indy, no, that's where I draw the line. Chad Gable's promo was fine, I suppose. I thought Bronson Reed's segment with Sami Zayn was decent. I kind of want Bronson to be the guy to beat Sami, but it will most likely be Chad Gable. Overall, Monday Night Raw was decent, but man, this Battle Royal just... it sucked the life out of me, it really did. Like, I sat through 3 hours just to see Becky Lynch win. This is what I've been saying. This is what I said. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I told you guys back when I made that video. Like, Triple H can't surprise us anymore. He can't make it unpredictable. Like, he couldn't have Zoe Stark win, or Candice LeRae, or Indy Hartwell. You know, he couldn't have anyone else win. Shayna Baszler, though I'm not a fan of Shayna Baszler, but literally anyone would have been a better option than the obvious 3 that were going to win. Nia, Liv, and Becky. And I even said they were going to be the final 3 in the match. Now, some people thought Alexa Bliss was going to come back. Now, I knew that was never going to happen. Only hopeful people would have wanted that. Some people even thought Charlotte Flair might have came back. Now, if Charlotte Flair came back and, you know, won the title, everyone would have chucked a goddamn riot. But Becky Lynch winning the Women's World Championship, all because Rhea Ripley got hurt. You mean to tell me that you couldn't build Monday Night Raw around Liv Morgan? Liv Morgan is a main eventer. Liv Morgan deserves her time in the spotlight. Well, technically, Patrick, she did have her time. She was the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she beat Ronda Rousey. Yeah, that was when Vince was in charge. That was when Vince was in charge, you know, the one person that everyone doesn't like. As soon as Triple H took over, the belt was taken off of Liv, and it was given to Ronda Rousey. You see the problem there? You see the problem with that, right? Triple H continues to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about it being a new era. It's a new era, yes it is. We're in the new era. The Paul Levesque Triple H era. Everyone talks about how this is the new era, but yet in the new era, we've got the same two champions who have been champions in the past. In the previous eras, like Becky Lynch and Bayley. Bayley was a champion from 2019 all the way through the pandemic, in 2020 and 2021. But then people bitched about how Bayley was being booked. People started bitching about Bayley's booking and how they've treated her poorly during her heel run, during her whole Damage Control run, where she kept getting beaten by Bianca Belair about 1 trillion times. This is the problem that I hate, and I hate it. It's the 4 horsewomen. They will never be buried. Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, these people should not be wearing championship gold anymore. We should be in the era of these people giving back to the younger people. Pushing these younger people and boosting them up the card. You know what I mean? But yet we get Becky Lynch going to NXT and beating Tiffy in NXT for the NXT Women's Championship. Becky does barely little with the title. Just does a few open challenges for Indy Hartwell and Tegan Nox. Those matches weren't even that great. The matches did nothing for Indy and Tegan. The matches did nothing. The matches did nothing for Indy and Tegan. Absolutely nothing. Did they get elevated? Well, Indy seems to be on TV a bit more often. Just more being looked more like, well, just looking stupid by losing to Maxine Dupree. And then Tegan Nox, she wasn't even in the Battle Royal. Her, Nikki Cross, and Sarah Logan weren't even in the Battle Royal. Shows you how much WWE really care about them. Shows you how well WWE really value those women. They may as well get released. I feel like they're going to get released. Because WWE are possibly planning more budget cuts at some point. It's pathetic, it really is, and it's pathetic how WWE just continue to rely on the same goddamn people. It's pathetic and annoying. It's pathetic. It really is. People go on about Charlotte Flair, man. I don't want to hear any more. I don't want to hear it about Charlotte Flair anymore, seriously. People go on about Charlotte Flair always winning championships. I don't want to hear it. Friggin' Becky Lynch does it, and everyone's okay with it. Because, oh, we like Becky. We all love Becky. That's why we're okay with Becky doing it. Because we like Becky. Double standards, please. Can we all not be biased? And not live in this shell where we all have to be biased? The frickin' Becky diehards and all those people that are biased to their favourites. Can we actually look at the bigger picture instead of being ass kissers? Becky is not meant to be a champion anymore. She's at the point in her career where she doesn't need a championship. But it's been 2 years since Becky Lynch last held the championship. So? 2 years? 2 years! You're going to complain about Becky not being champion for 2 years? We had to sit through Roman Reigns for 4 damn years as champion. We sat through Roman Reigns 4 years as champion. But Becky not being champion for 2 years is long enough? Is too long for you? Alexa Bliss, bloody champ, last time she held a belt was 2018. Sheamus, the last time he was a world champion was 2015 during the whole League of Nations shit. I keep hearing people say, Becky deserves it because she's a good wrestler. She's a good wrestler, that's why she deserves it. She puts on bangers, instant classics. So does Sheamus, then where's Sheamus' title? Where's Sheamus' belt? Sheamus does that too. Let's crown Sheamus the world champion. He should be the world heavyweight champion right now. If you're going to say people that deliver great matches should be champions, then Sheamus should be a champion. Becky Lynch does not need the belt anymore. She doesn't. She's at the stage of her career that she doesn't need it anymore. She's becoming just as worse as Charlotte. She's becoming just as worse as Charlotte. She cannot take a backseat. But of course, people will think she took a backseat for 2 years. But yet she won the NXT Women's Championship last year. How does that not count as a world title when they counted that for Dolph Ziggler? So technically, Becky was a world champion last year, being the NXT Women's Champion. People counted it as a world title for Dolph Ziggler. His first world title since when he won the World Heavyweight title in 2013 or whatever. So how come it doesn't count for Becky Lynch? Charlotte Flair wins the NXT Women's Championship. Everyone chucks a riot and has a fit and has a riot about it. But Becky Lynch wins it. Not a word. Not a word said. Not a word. Not a peep. Not a single thing. Just thumbs up and okays. It's all good. A veteran like Becky Lynch can dethrone a rising young talent. But yet a friend of mine had a problem with Naomi, who is also a veteran, beat a young Alexa Bliss at the time, and he had a problem with Naomi doing it. Oh, but Becky Lynch, oh no, she can beat a bunch of young talents. She can beat a bunch of younger talents. It's fine, because Becky makes them look good. Becky made them look strong. It's fine. Becky can elevate younger people while beating them. Then we've got Natalya beating people like Cora Jade and Tatum Paxley and Lola Vice. It's fine. The veterans can beat the younger wrestlers. It's all good. It's all good for the veterans to beat the younger talent, because it's not like it's gonna hurt them in the long run. It's pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic how I always hear people thinking veterans beating younger people is a good thing. Tiffany Stratton wouldn't be on the main roster if it wasn't for Becky Lynch. How do you know that? How do you know that? Higher-ups were high. The higher-ups were way high on Tiffy time way before Becky Lynch ever walked down NXT. They were high on Tiffany Stratton way before Becky Lynch ever stepped foot down in NXT. So Becky Lynch didn't do shit to elevate Tiffy. Tiffy elevated herself. I'm not the biggest Tiffany fan, but she elevated herself. Can these younger talent actually elevate themselves? They don't need veterans to put them down to be elevated. Sure, working with them helps raises their stock. But beating them raises their stock higher. But now we gotta sit through Becky Lynch being champion again. And I love Becky Lynch. I love Becky, but oh my god, I'm so tired of her being a champion. I'm so tired of it. They should have just given the belt to Liv Morgan. It made way more sense for the belt to be on Liv Morgan. She's the one that injured Rhea Ripley. And having her running around with Rhea's belt just makes way more sense than Becky Lynch winning it. So it's pathetic. It's pathetic, and the IWC don't make it any better. The internet fans doesn't make it any better. They're all just praising. They're praising that the horsewomen are champions. They're praising Triple H making Becky and Bayley champions. They don't make it any better. They're basically praising Triple H for doing this. And basically saying, yes, keep doing it. Yes, there are some people that didn't like Becky winning. And the thing that I hate is that there are people on social media that get upset that people don't like Becky winning. Oh, cry me a river. We are allowed to have a different opinion. We're all allowed to have a different opinion. If you don't like us getting upset that Becky won, then that's not our fault. That's your problem. That's not our problem. Everyone is allowed to have a different opinion, and I can't stand this community. I can't stand this community that they just get so upset and then they just start bickering and arguing with everyone. I'm like, seriously, we all are allowed to have different opinions. It's a free country. It's a free world. We have a right to our own opinion. If you don't like it, then that's tough luck. Then that's tough. It's not our problem. It's not my problem that I have a different opinion than you. It's ridiculous, man. It really is. It really is. They better have Liv Morgan dethrone Becky Lynch. Because if they don't have Liv Morgan be the one to beat Becky for that belt, then everything they've done with Liv Morgan up to this point means nothing. Nothing. Her injuring Rhea and everything that she's done with Rhea up to this point, injuring Rhea and everything she's done up to this point, it'll mean squat. It'll mean jack if Becky Lynch beats Liv Morgan and retains the title. But with the draft coming up this Saturday on SmackDown, because I'm in Australia, I guess we will see what happens then. And with them promoting Logan Paul to be on Raw next week, I think they may have just spoiled that Logan Paul is possibly going to be a Monday Night Raw superstar. But thank you all for joining me for this review. Well, no, it's not really a review of Raw, but not really a review, but you know what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching this video. Hit the thumbs up. And I'll see you all on the other side.